Why is the Golden State Bridge being shown in all these movies now? I saw it in Planet of the Apes, I saw it in San Andreas, and now this one. I'm pretty sure I've seen it in another one, but this is becoming some trend. And also, what's up with bus flipping? Like, ever since The Dark Knight, that's been some big thing in these movies. I'm just tired of seeing it. Can we get some new tropes? Hey guys, thank you for joining the quest again today. I'm your host Marquise Underwood, and today I'll be reviewing Terminator Genisys, or Genisys, however you want to pronounce it. And this movie is directed by Alan Taylor. It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Emma Love Clark, Jason Clarke, and Jai Courtney. Now this movie is set between the first two movies. We see Kyle Reese get sent back into the past to protect Sarah Connor, and some twists and turns occur as we see some familiar things that we know from the first two movies. And then it shifts into the future where the whole object of the film is to try and stop Skynet from forming. If you haven't seen the trailer, please do not see it. The trailer gives away the whole movie. I saw every action scene in the trailer in this movie, every single one of them except for the end, so it really took me out the movie. I like how they show the reenactments in the first movie and the second one. We see the T-1000 in there. This time it's an Asian guy, but still the same robot. I liked Emilia Clarke. I thought she was good as young Sarah Connor. I really believed her. Even though there's one part where she starts crying, I didn't believe that thing in that sense. I didn't feel like I was watching Sarah Connor, so I thought that kind of took me out. But to me, overall, the best part of this whole movie was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yes, it's probably been about 10-15 years since he played the Terminator, but he still does it well, and I really believe him as his robot. He does it just so superb. Now, what I didn't like about this movie is that it undid Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. Those two movies to me are amazing and just great sci-fi and great action movies in my opinion. The first one to me is close to a classic, and the second one's probably on Mount Rushmore of action films in my opinion. And now those movies do not exist in this whole Terminator world because of this movie, which they didn't really have to do, because to me, Terminator 3 and Terminator 4, they just had to redo that and just pretend like that didn't exist. Just like how Days of Future Past didn't pretend like X-Men 3 didn't exist, this one should have did that for the last two Terminator films. And unfortunately, it just decides to undo the whole series. There were some good action scenes in the movie, mainly in the beginning with the T-1000, but to me what really sold it was there were some good action scenes in the movie, nothing really memorable except for the last scene, the last fight where it really showed the Terminator's ability. Just Jai Courtney did not work for me as Kyle Reese. I haven't seen Terminator 1 or 2 in a while, but from what I remember, Kyle Reese was really different from the way Jai Courtney played him. Jai Courtney, he was a good actor, he was decent, but he just didn't like show no emotion to me. And I really wanted that from Kyle Reese, you know. And the CGI in this movie was terrible. I mean, laughable terrible. I'm talking about Terminator 3 terrible. There's this one shot where you see Arnold Schwarzenegger's head through this window, and you could tell that it's really just a computer generated effect. Like you could tell like it was like 1990s type of stuff. It was really that bad in my opinion. There's this one scene that's in the trailer with the helicopter, and I can just tell that it was green screen. That really took me out the movie. I didn't appreciate that at all. But my main problem with this movie is that it made no sense. I was very confused watching this movie. I understand that they've undid Terminator 1 and 2 and why certain things happen, but as I was watching the movie and as it progressed, I was just like, what the hell is happening during the whole time? And there's a lot of plot holes in the movie too, just like Terminator 3. You know, some things were just, you could tell they're being left for the sequel in the movie, which I believe James Cameron gets the rights in about 3 years, so hopefully he can redo it. But overall, the movie is okay. It's nothing special. I would compare this movie to like Jurassic World. It doesn't really give me the same feel as the first movie, but you can tell it really tries to pay homage to those titles. You could also tell that the movie tried to be like Days of Future Past with the whole erasing the movie type of thing. But it just didn't work. You could tell that these guys, they didn't mean to do it, but they just did. I think they didn't really understand that they were undoing the whole franchise. I think they just wanted to make a whole reboot, but I don't know how they feel about doing that now. I'm curious to see people's reactions to this movie actually. So I'm feeling a 2 out of 5 for this one, a C-. Overall, the movie is okay, nothing special. The acting is decent, the CGI is bad. I like that it played homage to the first few movies. I didn't like that it undid the movie, but I think this was like, if you're a fan of Terminator, which I am, you may like it, you may have some fun, but overall, it just didn't do it for me. So, have you seen Terminator Genisys? If you have, comment below, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the comparison to the first one and how they undid it, and join the quest. Again, I am your host, Marquise Underwood.